Lake Dallas Cheer would like to welcome you to
Falcon Football Weekly!
Dinner snapping, here we go, shine drill. Ready, set, go!
Welcome to another edition of Falcon Football Weekly. I'm John Piper, and as always, joined each week by head coach Michael Young. How you doing, Coach?
Doing great. How about you?
Excellent. It's a little wet outside. I know we were talking before we got started. Weather may even impact your practice today as we record this.
Yeah, this weather has been crazy. On a short week, playing on a Thursday against a team that kind of does some unorthodox offense like they do, this is tough on our defense not to be out on the turf and get some live practice. We're trying the best we can, but it's going to be difficult this whole week.
And you're talking about the upcoming game Thursday night against the Frisco Raccoons, but let's take a step back, talk about your win versus Denison, high-scoring game, 52-35. It was your pink-out game. I know the crowd was there to support Jan Humphreys. Can you talk a little bit about the support on the pink-out?
Yeah, it was. Everything went great. We were able with the volleyball, baseball helped out. We got help out from different organizations in the school. We were able to present her with a check for $4,000 Friday night. So it was really successful.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. It was a great night.
And, your game, I know against Denison, big home district game, looks like you're going in with commanding lead at halftime, 28-7, but then right there before half, an untimely interception. Denison takes it back and scores, makes it 21-14. So you go in the half, a little different than you had expected. Can you talk a little bit about that and how that changed your game plan at halftime?
Well, we got off to a great start. Had it 14-0, had the ball on their 5-yard line and fumbled going in on the 2. Still got it to 21-7, like you said, and had a chance to go in and score, make it 28-7 before half. And we had a turnover, an interception for a run back for a touchdown. It was really started by being in the wrong formation. One of our wide receivers got in the wrong formation. I didn't get a chance to call a timeout. I was about to at the last second. Ryan didn't see that he was. The route that we ran on the other side would have been great against the formation if we were in the right formation. It's just, interceptions are one of those things. It's easy to say, well, the quarterback made a bad throw, but that one was based on our formation being wrong, and we got the wrong coverage. And they ran it back and took all the momentum, and they had a punt return for a touchdown in the third quarter. And next thing you know, instead of being 28-0, we're tied up early in the third quarter.
Yeah. Your defense played really well. Some turnovers, like you said, as a coach, you want to shore up those things. With 5 turnovers. Depperschmidt threw the ball efficiently, other than the interceptions, 20 of 33. Big game through the air, 364 yards, hitting some of his targets. Brandon Engel had another big night, 6 receptions, 142 yards. Kylie Smith, 10 receptions, 148 yards. And then 2 receptions to C.J. Broadway for 28 yards. Ryan Hall had 2 big catches for 63 yards. Definitely distributing the ball through the air. What can you talk about Depperschmidt's performance on the offensive side?
Yeah, he played a great game. He had those interceptions. Like I said, one was based off of we didn't get lined up in the right formation. Another one, we had a receiver run the wrong route, and he ran a post into another post, which ran his defender into the ball. That led to another interception. But, he battled the whole night, and, it'd been nice to get the big lead at half and kind of run the ball out and get out of there. We just had to keep scrambling from mistakes. We had a bad punt that ended up hitting a defensive lineman right in the chest. And when we were covering the punt down the field and they ran that in for a touchdown, it seemed like it was one thing after another. But luckily, the offense, if we scored after score, it just kept pouring it on. And like you said, our defense really only gave up 7 points in that game. Most of the other things were all based on turnovers and mistakes of special teams, but they played great the whole night.
And on the ground, IK ran the ball 15 times for just 29 yards, so they did a good job on him. Depperschmidt, of course, with his scrambling ability, gets close to 100 yards on 15 carries. Daryl Miner, a big average with only 4 carries, gets 29 yards. Didn't quite have the balance on the ground other than Depperschmidt. I know you'd like to get your running back a few more touches and some more yards this upcoming week.
Yeah, they weren't going to let us run the ball, and they were going to make us throw it, which we're lucky enough we were successful at doing it. But it's a lot better to get more of a balance in our running game. But we were just not, with our running backs, just not able to get it done. And it was got kind of at the point of that game where we couldn't just keep banging our heads against the wall if it wasn't going to work, because we were giving up some points from turnovers and special teams. But, more balance is definitely what we need, and we hope to have it here this week against Frisco.
Well, congratulations. You get the victory, 52-35. Keep pace with conference leaders Lovejoy and Frisco Reedy. Let's talk a little bit about players of the week on all levels, and then we'll get into this upcoming game. Coach, freshman player of the week goes to Jonathan Cineground. What can you say about his performance on the freshman squad?
Yeah, he's been a solid player all year long. He's a great offensive lineman. Made kind of a last-minute switch to linebacker, kind of based on what Denison was going to do offensively against us in the freshman game, and he played great there. That may be something he's going to be able to be good at in the future. But he's just a really good football player, real coachable, great to be around, loves to lift weights and work hard, and he's just a perfect example of what we want in our freshman football players.
JV player of the week goes to Fabian Nava.
Yeah, he's another guy that does different things, secondary, running back, physical, tough player, and has been really a key for us all year long in offense and defense.
Another name, Coach, that we talk about often each and every week is D.L. Roberson. What else can you say about his performance last week?
Well, he was phenomenal, and Denison has scored a lot of points offensively, controlled the clock. They have a fast tempo, and up front defensively, and kind of led by DL, we just totally stoned them. They really had a hard time running the football. We stopped them in a couple 4th and 1, something that they're very successful in doing. And he had a great game along with his buddies up front. They were really good Friday night.
And then another defender named Falcon Player of the Week, Kobe Minor.
Yeah, he had a great game, 15 tackles, had a fumble recovery, and he had an interception. He returned it 30 yards or 30-plus yards. So Kobe had a great game, and he's got a chance for another one of those kind of games tonight this week against Frisco. Kind of similar in their offense and their style, so he's probably going to be involved and get a chance for a lot of tackles up toward the line of scrimmage.
And we just talked about him with his 10 catches, 148 yards. Offensive Player of the Week goes to Kylie Smith.
And Kylie had a great game too. Like I said, he does it all for us: punt return, kickoff return, lines up in the backfield, lined up as quarterback, lined up at receiver, and he's just a phenomenal player. And the more times we can get him the ball, the better chance we have at winning.
And Special Teams Player of the Week, Ryan Hull.
Yeah, Ryan is a dangerous kickoff return guy. He's, like I said, he had a big night at receiver too, 60-plus yards, a touchdown. But we like to get him the ball as much as we can in the special teams. He knows he really hits it hard, runs hard, and has good vision. He's going to have a kickoff return for a touchdown before the year's over with.
Another great week of Falcon football, and a reminder: this podcast is brought to you by the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club. Check out the website, all things going on with Lake Dallas Falcon football. Great supporters of the program. Coach, you got another short week, playing those Frisco schools with their shared stadiums. A lot of games on Thursday night. You travel over to Frisco Memorial Stadium to play Frisco High School. They're 3-3, but they're going to be ready to go. The Frisco Raccoons always get up for the Lake Dallas Falcons. In game planning and preparation, what are some of the things to look for coming from the Frisco Raccoons?
Well, this is going to be a tough matchup, especially on the short week. They were 0-2 in their non-district schedule. They played 2 really good teams. They've come out and taken care of their business in district. The only game they've lost in district play is Reedy, just like we have. They beat Princeton. They beat Lebanon Trail. They beat the people in front of them, beat Braswell. So, they're in position to, this is a big game for them too. We're both sitting with 1 loss. the winner of this puts themselves in a great position moving forward. The other one still has a great opportunity to get in the playoffs, but it's going to be a little tougher road. So this is a really big game for the two of us to kind of see who's going to keep in there for the battle for second, first and second place, or who's going to be kind of fighting for that third and fourth spot in the playoffs. So this is a big one.
We want to remind all the Falcon football families, get out there early. We need your support. Kickoff at 7 p.m. So get to the stadium 5:36, get in your seats and make a lot of noise. And, Coach, I know you want to talk a little bit about we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but the following week, big week, a lot of tradition in the Lake Dallas community, homecoming week. What can you share with the audience, some of the homecoming week festivities and what to be prepared for?
Well, it's kind of a strange week. We play on a Thursday. We don't have kids at school on Friday or Monday. We have teacher work days, so it's going to come up on us fast Monday evening. Even though the kids don't have school, we're still going to have the community parade. That'll be down in Lake Dallas, starting there at the middle school. That's on Monday evening. And then we have our pep rallies at the middle school and the elementary schools during the day, during the week. So a lot going on, but that parade will be on us before you know it.
Well, Coach, thanks again so much for joining us. Reminder to everyone that listens, whether you're in your car, truck, or on your computer, share out the Falcon Football Weekly podcast to the others in the community that may not have heard of us yet and fans around the country. Good luck, Coach, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.